should have brought like one of my crates and just put it on the crate.
Oh God.
You know?
Could you imagine just a full setup and these two girls are vlogging?
Right.
We should start vlogging.
I know. Why? Well, you have a camera. We could just use your camera. I was gonna say like, why don't we just?
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, you don't have a camera. And then I'm like, we do have a camera. Yours.
You can videotape yourself on this.
Or even on my phone.
Yeah, and then we can mash our videos together.
Yeah. Once I figure out how to edit videos and what I need to do that.
I might be able to figure it out on mine. Anyways, okay. Look at the double chin that I got rocking
2 minutes, 3 minutes talking about absolutely nothing.
They'll like it.
I hope so. Anyway, so this is our third part of our, trilogy of Q&A questions.
Yep. This is the deep one?
Yeah, this is kind of like the other, like the first one, or the second one, sorry, that we were going to be posting is kind of deep, but it's more deep about us, whereas this is more, like, some of these questions are like advice questions, so it's kind of deep about you guys, and also still kind of about us.
Yeah.
Because we like to talk about ourselves.
One of us does.
Yeah.
Actually, I do too. Okay, so what did we study, or what would we like to study? You can go first.
So, some of you might already know that, like, I went to university for an English literature degree, which, in hindsight, was a huge waste of money. Yeah, I went to university for 1 year for an English literature degree and spent way too much money, and dropped out, basically. I don't know, I just stopped going, I guess, which I feel
you kind of dwindled, and then
I took a couple summer courses too through the like online stuff and through the school, but like I didn't really do well in those online courses because I was like trying to like have a full-time job at the same time. Like there just wasn't enough time to take like 2 or 3 courses that were like online, so like pretty heavy duty stuff.
Yep.
And then also work 40 something hours.
42 hours a week.
42 hours a week. So I ended up, I did the exams for those, but I don't even know what the exam answers really were or like what, like my results were.
Percentage mark.
Because I just never really checked back up on that, and then, didn't sign up for the next year. But I did end up going to college after that for like 2 weeks. It was like, like $1,000 or something to, take like part-time courses, so like 3 courses or 2, I think it was 3 courses, yeah.
Yeah, it was 3.
For accounting, because, I'm good at math, even though I hate it, so I'm like, I could be an accountant, this is fine. But it was really boring, and I didn't want to buy any of the textbooks, and people aren't as nice as they were in university, so I couldn't, like, steal a textbook from anyone.
I'll tell you what I went to school for. So, I went to school for journalism. I wanted to be a writer, but...
She's a good writer.
I try. Oh my gosh.
Is Yale University, by the way.
Oh yeah, I was right.
I'm so smart.
I'm so smart, guys. Yeah, journalism. I hit a depressive episode about halfway through the semester. I was doing pretty good, but this depressive episode like took over, and I just didn't leave my residence for like weeks. And except for on the weekends, I would get on a train and come back to my parents' place. I failed out of all my classes with like not many marks. You looked like you were gonna die.
7%. No, I found a picture of you with curly hair, but I don't know if it's curly enough. Carry
on. Yeah, so I didn't go to any of my exams. I failed out of college. It was stupid. So the next question is, how do you maintain friendships when you're long distance? Basically with this person and everyone else right now, because they're an international student.
Yeah. Which also, by the way, the person who sent this question, thank you so much. You sent us like so many questions, and I feel like all of the questions that we are answering in this video are like 100% from you. So
yeah,
thank you for supporting me and letting me rant on video and on YouTube for no reason.
It's not her.
It's just not me.
I'm taking it over now.
Yeah, she's taking over my YouTube.
So, how to maintain friendships? Do you want to go first?
I was thinking about this question for a lot today because I was just trying to figure out how to answer it. Because, like, I was thinking I didn't really have any friendships, but then I'm like, my ex-girlfriend is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Because we didn't maintain it well. We fought all the time. Like, we still, like, we're friends now.
Or even us when I didn't get to see you for, like, months.
Yeah, and, like, even, like, quarantine-wise, too. Like, not a lot of the time, like, right now, we're looking at, not being able to see boyfriends or friends or whoever is important to you for a couple months at this point, you know,
Yeah.
and maybe a couple more months, you know, once things start opening up and the world realizes that was a mistake.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I just wanted. I think I don't really. I don't know how to advise the situation. I think it's just about talking regularly, or like at least somewhat regular. I get like that it's hard sometimes to. Why are you high? Oh, okay, got you. Anyway, I know it's hard to like um, talk regular sometimes, especially if you're like have depression or like some other mental illness and stuff. Like it's hard to text
Yeah.
someone regularly, but like just communicate a lot or as much as you can. Just be like, hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I miss you so much. And then just kind of see if you can call like even just like once a week or something, because I find a lot of stories I need to call and talk about, because in case you haven't already noticed, I rant a lot. So it's just easier for me to call and rant. That way I feel like I get the whole story out and like 10 other stories as well.
Instead of texting.
Yeah,
Texting
exactly.
is overrated.
Yeah, I hate texting. I mean, I also hate calling, but like I don't mind calling my friends.
I don't mind calling you.
Yeah, if I call you, I'm like, that's fine. I can call you all day long, and I do call you all day long.
If I have to call my doctor, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway. You go finish.
And also, like I said, I think just communicate. That's the way it is with like all friendships,
Yeah.
Just like keep talking to each other, keep communicating. If you're hitting kind of a rough patch because of the distance, kind of talk about why you're hitting that rough patch. Like what's up with the distance that's making it hard to be friends. Because like I get that a lot of friends need to see each other to like
be in person.
Yeah. So like I get that that's hard, but like you can still be friends and not see each other. So like just talk about how you can be a better friend to that person. I think
Yeah.
Just be like, how can I
make this easier on the both of us?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good piece of advice. Thank you for saying it better than I did.
One thing I would say is like you definitely have to talk to them, like at least one message a day, like just saying, hey, I'm okay, I miss you, I love you, like stuff like that. Or if you're feeling like, oh, I don't think we're friends anymore, like I often do because of stupid brains.
Yeah, stupid hell brains. They always mess with us.
Yeah. Then you can message the person and be like, listen, this is how I'm feeling, is this true? Like, and they'll reassure you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to say that's one of the like bad things is I have long distance friendships with one of my old best friends, and she barely texts me. When I text her and I'm like, hey, like I miss you, I hope you're okay, she's like, thanks. And it's like, it makes me feel like, oh, well, you don't want to be friends anymore.
Yeah.
And plus her boyfriend hates me and everything like that, so it makes it worse.
Adds stress for sure. But like that's the thing, like that situation can easily be avoided if instead of saying thanks, she were to say like, oh yeah, like I'm doing all right. This is kind of what's been going on in my life since we last had a checkup. How are you doing? I hope you're well. I hope you're staying healthy and safe, especially during like this pandemic and stuff.
Yeah. You just both have to come to the agreement that like you're going to check in on each other, and when one friend is feeling like, hey, I feel like I'm losing you, you reassure them, because distance is not very hard. It can be. Hell, when I went months without seeing you,
that sucked big time.
Yeah.
Like, it was really only like 2 months or a month and a half, but like still, it sucked big time.
I think it was a bit longer than that.
No, because we saw each other like a week before I started recording with Jason, because he went to the hospital.
No, I'm talking about after we moved back from Crystals.
Oh God, yeah, that was a long time.
Yeah, that was like
you're right.
4 or 5 months, and that may not seem like a long time compared to being an international student, but
well,
like
I mean, 6 months or 7 months or however long you're away from your country.
Yeah.
That's still pretty close to 4 or 5. But yeah, anyway, different situation anyway, because you're like in a whole other country. So.
Yeah, not just literally across town.
Yeah.
But those couple months, like, oh my God, I was going nuts. I thought I was losing you as a friend, especially after like what happened. But we managed to work it out.
Yeah, that's one thing too. Like we have a lot of rough patches because I'm kind of an ass sometimes.
And I'm dramatic. And
I think you are dramatic
moody.
for good reasons sometimes, but like, I don't know. We both, can I say that I have BPD and that you
also have BPD?
Okay, just want to make sure. Not that
You're good.
Obviously already kind of hinted at that, seeing how I said
I'm sharing my life with these people. It's fine.
These, 93 people.
Screw it, right?
But anyway, we both have BPD, so like, I mean, you obviously hit rough patches and stuff. And I mean, you hit rough patches even with someone that, isn't mentally ill, because that's just the way like friendships are. You know, sometimes you argue about things, and sometimes feelings get hurt. But it's important to just kind of, talk through it. Or like if your friend has been like not communicating with you that well or something, feel free to be like, hey, like I really feel like we're not friends. Like Naomi said, like it's okay to be like, I just need reassurance right now that we're still friends because like you're not really communicating with me, and in order to kind of maintain this friendship, I feel like I need more communication from you.
Yep. I preach that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a one-sided friendship. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And it just ends up with you, me, hurt.
Yeah.
And you just gotta express your feelings. Have you ever been in love?
I have been in love many times, and I love that about myself, that I could fall in love really easily with people. And like I do, like that's the thing too. Like I know that I've just loved people before and not been in love with them, but I've also been in love with some of those people. And like I just think that I experience love in like so many different forms, and like a lot of the time, like even like if I fall romantically in love with someone, I can fall romantically in love with another person, but it'll feel and be totally different.
There's multiple different types of
Exactly.
loves,
Exactly. Like I think every person you love, you just love a little bit different than the last person. There's different reasons you love them, and you just like I don't know, just like it feels different with every person.
Like my love for you is different from my love for Ariana.
Yeah.
Like, and
you definitely just fucking name drop, but that's fine.
That's fine. She won't care.
Yeah, she'll just be glad that you said you loved her.
Yeah, I love her. It's the first time I'm telling her I love her.
Really?
I don't. Probably not.
Okay.
I get drunk a lot. There's so many different types of loves, like, and then you can be in love, like legitimately in love, like
Mm-hmm.
you and Jason.
Yeah.
I am just like you. I've been in love multiple times, and I fall in love too easily. I'm like looking back and forth. I'm just gonna look at you in the camera for right now.
I mean, you're talking, so you can look at the camera.
Yeah.
And I need to look at you.
And nod.
Yeah, and nod. I'm pretending to listen.
I've been in love multiple times, like and I fall in love quickly, like after a week. Like I feel like, oh, yep, there's a connection here. I love you, and I legitimately do love them. It's just not a like I love you.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like I think you can like be in love with someone or like love someone pretty quickly, but then like the connection you have or the love you have for them changes as time passes, right?
Yeah.
Because like I love Jason like within like a month or two of us dating, and then the way I love him now is totally different than the way I loved him back in like December or whatever, even though it's only been like I don't know, May is what, like 5 months after December or something.
January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, 5.
We started dating in October. We had 7 months.
Was it? It was October because my brother was in the hospital.
That's what I'm saying. It was right 4 days before my first car crash.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I didn't fall in love so easily. Well, not fall, but get in love. Because
be loving towards people.
Yeah, like so easily. Somebody could be like, "Oh, here's a nickel, but I'm gonna take your toonie," and I'll be like, "Oh, that's fine. I love you." Like, I mean, there's been some crappy things everybody's done, including you. Yeah. And I'm still here.
That's the thing. Like with me, I find that I love very easily, but I also don't forgive that easily. Like when people do something that I'm mad about, like I'm gonna let you know pretty quickly that I'm upset with you, and you're kind of like on a last chance type thing. Like
except for when it's like something kind of small, you get like,
ugh. If it's small, I'll just be petty about it and be grumpy and pout for a little bit, and then once you apologize, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
But like most of the time, like if there's a big issue going on nowadays, I'm able to like kind of stand my ground and be like, hey, that's not okay. Don't do that. Otherwise, if you do it again, like you clearly aren't that sorry for it. So
yeah.
Bye, bitch.
I mean, like if we had another Denny's experience.
Yeah. I hope you'd have the guts to just be like, I'm sick of your shit, dude.
I don't know if I could.
Some time away. I know, and that's what I was gonna say. Is that I think that like we both fall in love very easily, but you're much more forgiving than I am, and that's where you just run into some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I forgave. Was gonna give you guys a story about how I forgave my friend for some stuff that they did, but I decided I don't want to start anything, and they may see this, so sorry about that. But it got deleted. Yeah. How to deal with toxic family when you can't move out. So, my take on how to deal with toxic family when I can't move out, I'm in that situation right now. What I do to deal with it is if you have a family member that you are close with, and like me with my dad, go out with them, do stuff with them. Avoid the people that are toxic, because honestly, it's not going to do you any good. Well, even if you have to see them for a second and they start like, walk away. So just avoid them and try and find a place to move out to as soon as you can. Like, I'm planning on. Hey, Alex totally dropped the name of the town that we live in by accident, so we had to delete the scene. Plus, I didn't feel totally comfortable disclosing where I might be going. But, yeah, I just wanted to let you know that. Hi, y'all. Well, I know we're in a different location. Our camera died, and we had to move, and now we're sitting on an abandoned couch.
See, abandoned couch is hard to say.
It is, because it's an abandoned.
Yeah.
An abandoned couch behind a shed near the apartment building. I guess we left off on talking about toxic families.
Yeah, and how to like handle living with them when you can't leave.
Yeah, try and stick it out with the toxic family. Like, I know it's hard, it really is, but you gotta just try.
The thing too that you were mentioning earlier was like, just try and spend as much time away from them as you can, which I know isn't necessarily like easy for some of you. It's kind of hard because like you feel guilty, like you want to spend time with your parents even if they can be pretty shitty to you at times or all the time or whatever the situation is. But just know you don't really owe them anything,
And that can be really hard to like get into your head.
But we're taught to feel that way about our mothers, particularly as women. Like, we're taught to go to our mother, like, and that's the thing too. Like, generational trauma from mother to daughter is so crazy hard to deal with.
Oh yeah,
and like it happens for generations. That's why it's generational trauma.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, like the daughter mother bond is so complicated, and the fucking, not like stigma, but just like the fact that you're supposed to like love your parents and love your mom
no matter what.
Like, that's really hard to deal with when your mom wasn't the best mom ever, and you try to like excuse all that, even though some of the things that she may have done or may have said are unexcusable.
Like, I'm a firm believer that, okay, family is family, but you don't have to love them through everything. Like, I'm sorry if they treated you badly. You don't owe them anything.
Well, like the saying, blood is thicker than water, whatever. It's actually blood of the covenant is thicker than like water of the womb, meaning that the blood you have with your friends is thicker than, or like your chosen family is thicker than the
one you came from.
The one you came from.
That is amazing. But yeah, so that's the toxic families. I mean, the next question was, do you know what you want to name your like kids?
It was like favorite names just in general, I think, and then as well as names that you would choose for a kid.
There we go. Yeah.
Because like for me, I was saying to Naomi when we had this question and like we were talking about it last night, I was like I think I tried to say it, I don't know if I actually said it, but like I might like I like the name like fucking like summer or winter or something with like cool spelling, but like I would never name my kid that.
So yeah, kids' names, names that we like in general. I think I like Scarlet a lot. I don't know. Why didn't I think of this more last night?
I think it was like our main focus when we hear the question about children specifically.
Yeah.
We're not really thinking so much about names we like in general. We're just thinking about names for children and stuff.
I mean, I know I have like my 2 dream names for my kids.
But unfortunately, you won't know them because I don't want them stolen. Alright.
Amazing. And obviously that'll be the last name because I don't need no husband. I think Coulson is kind of a nice name.
You just like Coulson because it's like Machine Gun Kelly's name.
Yeah.
I was right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so smart.
Coulson Baker is his name.
That's like a good name. I'm just saying, like, you didn't have to change your name to Machine Gun Kelly. It's cool that you did, but like you didn't have to.
Did you know that he has like the rights to that name?
Yes, you told me already.
Oh, I did.
You read something about it. And you were like, did you know this is true? And I was like, I did not. And we talked about it for a bit.
Now you do. But yeah, those are the dream names. My kids, that didn't come out right.
My future daughter Amelia, her middle name's gonna be Diane because that's like another family name. Amelia Diane.
That's my middle name.
I know that, and I always forget that that's your middle name.
We shall get going, and I hope you like the video
Yeah, I hope you
and
like the video.
tangents.
But
Anyways.
anyway, have a good day. I love you all.